Eric Burling, overindulge, overly sensitive and irritating, or actually a beacon of hope within this play? Let's get you that top grade. Schofield on Shakespeare.
Eric Burley, a rapist, messed up, and in the early stages of the play, prior to the arrival of the inspector, a rather ill-at-ease outsider who never quite seems on the same wavelength as everyone else, especially his father and Gerald's. There is the sudden, unexplained, peculiarly timed guffaw, possibly due to excessive alcohol consumption. His awkwardness amongst the other, far more assured men. And the occasional abrupt, half-finished sentence. I sense that this is a man with issues, eager to be accepted and loved by his parents, but finds such love and warmth lacking. There are undertones that Mr. Burling, in his eagerness to embrace the higher class Gerald as one of the family, may end up favouring his prospective son-in-law over his own son. And certainly this idea is developed further in the BBC 2015 production, in which Mrs. Burling even says that Eric can't hold his drink like his father or Gerald. This, of course, is an addition to the original text, but there is unquestionably a sense that Mr. Burling and perhaps Mrs. Burling may respect Gerald and enjoy conversing with him more than with their own son, as evidenced by a few occasions when Gerald and Mr. Burling appear to enjoy a laugh at the younger man's expense. Feeling shunned and left out by his father, perhaps, Eric is quick to stick up for Eva Smith, and in doing so directly opposes his father. He points out that it can be difficult for working class people to find employment, and states explicitly that his father didn't have to sack Eva Smith. The inspector's revelations have clearly affected him emotionally. And even if such emotion may be heightened by alcohol, there is no question that Eric feels devastated by the death of the woman who was pretty and a good sport and was bearing his unborn son. Look at the broken syntax as signified by the dashes and the stage directions of the words on screen. There is no middle-class cushioning within these stark main clauses, just furious repeated accusations and curses. But I'm damned if I'm going to paint Eric as some kind of a victim here, feeling uncomfortable about the inspector early on, and all too aware that he has committed immoral, almost certainly illegal acts in the recent past. His words as he pleads to be able to go to bed suggest weakness and cowardice. He is honest when talking about the first time he had sex with Eva Smith, yet it is highly convenient that he can't quite remember what happens, whilst the switch to third person in a chap is another way of avoiding taking direct responsibility for his actions. It is tempting to shout out our agreement with his father when he diagnoses overprivilege and being overindulged. The BBC 2015 production contains a ludicrous addition in which a petulant Eric hopes there is a war, which finishes both his parents off, whilst Priestley would never have written such a stupid line. I do wonder slightly about him standing apart and being quite so dismissive about his parents, whilst accepting that their smug refusal to engage with any socialist ideals is infuriating. After all, in the words of the inspector, he did just use Eva Smith for the end of a stupid drunken evening, as if she was an animal, a thing, not a person, who is uneasy, sharply. Here, what do you mean? Because you're not the kind of father a chap could go to when he's in trouble. That's why. Nearly at breaking point. Then you killed her. She came to you to protect me, and you turned her away. Yes, and you killed her, and the child she'd have had too. My child, your own grandchild. You killed them both. Damn you, damn you. Just used her for the end of a stupid drunken evening, as if she was an animal, a thing, not a person. I agree with Sheila. It frightened me too.
The sun is at my windows. Going home, the birds sing at my door. Going home is all I've ever wanted.
If you have found this video helpful, please do subscribe if you'd like to, or click on the like button, or write a comment. My channel, Schofield on Shakespeare, has more than 300 videos aimed at helping students love English literature and language at GCSE and A-level and access the highest grades. For GCSE, do check out my other videos on Jekyll and Hyde, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, Great Expectations, plus the language videos giving tips and suggestions for creative writing. Many thanks for watching Schofield on Shakespeare.